Good afternoon, countrymen and women, my fellow Zambian. Yoo-hoo! Zambia, you are the best, you're one of the best country that I've ever come across in this world. No matter what we are, no matter how we are struggling to be where we are today, what is important is that we are a very beautiful country and free from all these wars going on. I know we have our own flaws, but I just want to advise my Zambian, please do not do not copy violent countries so that we emulate from them and do bad things to our fellow human beings, to our fellow beings. I'm speaking about this issue that has taken place for the past few months, the issue of ritual killings, the issue of burning human beings. And right now, as we speak, I hear from, I don't have facts, but I can tell that the authorities have apprehended some of the suspects that were behind gassing of people. And at the same time, I hear they have apprehended the people behind those mob justice killings. Well, like I said all the time, ignorance is not a defense in any court of law. You will be given a charge of murder if you happen to be one of the person found to have taken part in commissioning of the criminal act of murdering, committing murder, burning a human being to death. And if the police don't find you, don't worry. You don't need to be handcuffed or to put behind bars to be in prison, but it's your mind. This is the thing that you have done for the first time. It is something that will affect you psychologically. You are not going to have a normal life because you will be having these images in your head about this person that you were inflicting pain on, or you were torturing, or you were killing. You will have those pictures vividly in your head, and I promise you this gonna affect you. No matter what you do, you will have you will start experiencing maybe temperamentals, you'll be experiencing anxieties, you'll be experiencing a lot of things will start happening to you. That's the prison, that's the worst prison that you will ever have or go into. So be person enough, be courageous enough to come forward and get help. It's either you go to the authority and explain to them what really transpired and name whoever was there, or go to seek medical help, because this will haunt you for the rest of your life. If it was in developed countries, you were going to be given, therapies. You go into rehab to just make you better, to make you become normal again. Because the things that you did, the thing that you did, or what that you witnessed will affect you your day-to-day lives. So it will be difficult for you to carry out your normal basic activities in any given day. So that's the prison I'm talking about. And for you guys that are, for those guys that are busy gassing people, well, so far you have not killed nobody except you being killed. But uh, you see, I think you have stirred up some tension in a country, and right now, your business, the gassing business, I don't think it's ideal. I would suggest that you just uh, it was a bad business decision, and you can't continue with whatever you did, whatever you were doing. You just have to stop, because people out there, they're angry. They're really angry. For the Zambian person to even reach an extent of lifting a big stone and crash it on the head of a fellow human being, that is anger. And I know that is precipitated by certain external forces or economical hardship, more especially economical hardship. I know Zambian people are complaining today the economy is biting. I know for the fact, and nobody can even deny that fact. We are all affected, even those that lives in diaspora, because we live in diaspora. Yeah, it's diaspora in inverted commas, but we are directly involved because all our families, our properties, just the family members, friends, everything is back home. Everything we do everything you do back home affects us. And for you, my friends, most of you friends who claim that we don't care, I should keep quiet because I don't live here, I shouldn't have anything to say. Well, I have got news for you. I, despite the geographic position, I am still, I'm still a Zambian citizen. I carry the Zambian flag everywhere I go, and I will be involved in any Zambian business, politically, social, anything that is affecting my people or my clan, um, my fellow citizens. I will speak out because I am exercising my right. I am as much Zambian. There's no one who is more Zambian than the other. We are all Zambians, despite living far from one another. We have as much right as anybody else, as somebody who lives in the next door, in the neighborhood. So that issue of you starting a topic of you don't live here, so just keep quiet. Wow, can't understand. Already that tone shows some element of, uh, how do I say, jealous or what? Uh, Stay away from my business. You don't live here. It shows it's discriminatory in itself, and I don't like it. It doesn't make any, it doesn't sound good, and anything that doesn't sound good doesn't, it's not okay to me. Okay, so if you are my friend, you're on my list, and you always contact me and talk to me about no, when I have something to say, and then you claim I live abroad, you don't live here, then I'm sorry, you have to think twice and find some other things to say, because I will say it anyways. To my government, if at all by chance you happen to listen to this conversation or this video, I would suggest that it's high time you spoke to the people about what is happening and come up with solutions, because I don't see any solution so far given to the Zambian people. I haven't heard uh, any press conferences. Uh, we haven't heard anything so far about the plans on how the fuel prices will be reduced, how the milli meal prices will be reduced. We haven't heard anything apart from global warming, or rather, what's this climate change? To me, that's that's a it's a drop in an ocean. We have huge problems, and the only thing I hear about Zambia today, it's about um, Bill 10 with the MPs. That I hear you are so vocal, you guys, about Bill 10. Um, I feel like that is not as much important as the pressing issues that you people, that we Zambians are current facing. Bill 10, that is the scholar issue that people should sit down. You guys who are um, uh, you are disciplined scholars that can, brainstorm about it and discuss how you can fix and make the best constitution that will stand the test of time, because our Zambian constitution is, to me, it's like it's mockery, it's a joke that every time there's a new government in place, they always find lacunas missing in the constitution and they want to fix it, or rather make it fit their programs and needs. And to me, that's not a people's driven constitution. It is politically driven constitution, and that's not good. And we are setting terrible precedents to our future generation, that will just anybody can just come up with any, if you dream about something, then you just come and slap it on the constitution, and that's it. The constitutional courts, well, I know it's your first time to be you guys to make decisions, but I don't know, I don't have to interfere or don't want to be charged for contempt. I would suggest that it is important also, as the judiciary, or the Supreme Court. I believe I don't understand. We really need to describe the functions of the Constitutional Court, and what's the difference between the Constitutional Court and the Supreme Court. Who is superior? Who has the final say? Is the Constitutional Court the final court to decide on constitutional matters, or the Supreme Court? So these are things that you need to clarify to the people, because it's like you have now created another branch, whether this constitutional court it belongs to the judiciary, or it is just a court that is going to deal with the is it under the executive, or it's under the judiciary, or the legislation. So we need to know, where does this constitutional court falls, because it just borders on talks about the constitutional matters. That's it. But the court, the Supreme Court, which is the final court of the land, its decisions are final and they have to be respected. And I don't know whether such these two courts, we need the constitution to clarify that. I haven't read, sorry, I'm just saying it from the layman point of view. We need to clarify those points, because we see a lot of there's more like struggling for power. You, the constitutional court, you say this, the legislatures, they say this, the parliament, the judiciary, the executive. So we feel like there's too much confusion. Bamukolwenga bafula tabukya bwangu. So we will continue talking about this on and on and on, and there's nothing at the end of the day that we're going to achieve because time is ticking. Wasting time on politicizing or trying to interpret certain phrases when there is no money in people's pockets. They have no jobs. There are no jobs. So I want my fellow Zambians to understand that isen tuombere chapamo. The opposition and the government, let's work together for the betterment of our country. This issue of finger pointing and blaming should come to an end. How would you put this country forward when you are finger pointing, or you want us to just, it's us, me, myself, and I, and my group are going to benefit, and we are the chosen ones, and we are the lucky ones, and we are going to enjoy what we have right now. Let's eat what we have now. And the next government, if at all there will be any government next, then they have to start from scratch. That's the mentality I see is going on in our country right now. There's nothing like doing it for the benefit of the future generation, building the country forward for the future generation. But instead, you guys are busy taking things to yourselves for your own personal gain. It's a public offices, for example. You are using public resources, inflating of price. You know, you buy maize meal, 100 bags of maize meal. You go give it to the people. Then you go to the government and claim the bags of claim more money, or triple, quadruple the profits of what you had done. So it doesn't make any sense. So please, Zambian, um, let us come to our mind, ourselves, and realize that we are not the only Zambian generation today that needs to benefit alone, but these children that we have needs to have a future, needs to find that we have laid already the foundation for them, not this foundation of hate that I see. Just if you belong to another party, you are considered an enemy. You can't share. You shedding blood over what? Over what? Political party? What is democracy? Now I understand why Vakaunda wanted to, or was succeeded with one party participle, whatever, because it's the kind of behavior that us African have when we have different opinions. We think when we have a different opinion, we have a different position, then we are the greatest, we are the only one, and yet we don't want to respect the other side that has a different opinion as well. So we have to learn to agree to disagree, and on principle, shake hands. As human, we must coexist, live in harmony, in peace, even when we have disagreements. Because I see that you guys can't even face one another to sit and shake hands and say, look, you saying blue, I say yellow, but we are human beings. We are together. Blue, yellow, let's hug. Blue, yellow, yeah, I disagree. And the other person, yeah, I agree that you disagree. Let's shake hands. That it doesn't happen in our country. Why? Why is it so difficult, my fellow Zambian, including our leaders, the president of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Changwa Lungu? You are the president. and take an initiative. Emulate from Kenyan president. Look, those people they almost killed each other. There was almost a civil war in Kenya. A lot of people died because of this politics of hate, tribalism, and stuff. There was almost a civil war. A lot of people, these those leaders have so much blood on their hands. And but in Zambia, that hasn't happened, and we can see it trying to mushroom. So if we don't fix this now, va presto, mama opposition, Mr. HH Hakainde Chilema Chishimba Kambwili, because I believe you are the people that are very vocal and that are really making the government on its toe. You're putting them on their toes, which is good. Those are checks and balances. We need that. It's democracy. We need to challenge each other on decisions and policies, but we're not supposed to hate one another just because we have different opinions, different ways of wanting to bring development to the country. That, to me, it's a red flag. You don't bring politics of hate. Bring politics of love, unity. I would love to see people sitting down in the same room. You have a regalia of UPND and you have a regalia of PF. You have a regalia of MDC. You sit together in one room, drink if it means partying together. You party together because you are human. The party you belong to, it's in your heart. Sit, share, eat dinner together. You can even sit on a table in a house. You belong to MMD, you belong to UPND, you can do that. You have different, because it's your right. That shows maturity at its core. And that is called pure democracy, where we can talk. But the problem that I have noticed is that the talks we talk are the talks that will end up provoke the inner person, calling somebody, start attacking somebody, um, uh, personal. You start attacking people with their personality, their personal issues. You know, insulting their intelligence. That will bring a little bit of provocation, and it will lead to someone disliking you because you are attacking their character. You are attacking their personal character. So attack their ideas, attack what they stand for, criticize them, and come up with what you think is the right thing, and agree to disagree. That is what I would love to see our politicians in Zambia do. Share hands. The HH Go will come one day, just surprise Zambian people. Go at the airport, welcome the president. Hello, Mr. President, welcome. You came from abroad. What did you bring? Ask him questions. He's your president too. When we see that, where you can walk with the president in the same on the red carpet together, you are invited to State House, even though you have different opinions about his way of governance. To us Zambians, we see a matured president. I promise you, you will be able to achieve even your next time you come into power. You are going to pave a very nice way for the future generation that is coming, then future presidents that are coming to Zambia, and be uh, inclusive presidents that are very inclusive includes everyone, including the opposition, people that speak negative about them. That's politics. That is how politics should be perceived, not where we point fingers. Now we hear people carry guns on the political rallies, killing one another. What does that mean? Are we in a military battle? Because that's where we are heading if we don't tackle this matter immediately. On top of that, we claim, I use the word claiming, that we are Christians, but I don't see any Christ-like way of lives. No, we are lying to ourselves. We were just trying. We are good actors, you know. We act, pretend, we kneel down, we do all kind of things. We can pretend. That doesn't mean that we are Christians. Going to church and sit and listen to the preacher, that doesn't make you a true Christian. Action speaks louder than words. Include people, love people, love your people. Go to Southern Province, the province that did not vote for you. Sit down, listen to what they want, listen to their cry. What is it? Why did they not vote for you after giving them your ideas? And give them your position. Look, this is what I want to do. Give me chance. I'll prove you wrong. And prove me, they let them prove you wrong, you see. But where you just abandon them because they did not vote for you, then you take development elsewhere, then you're not a patriotic leader. You are simply, uh, I don't know, you are creating division. You're not fit to be what you claim you are. So be a Christian that is leading by example with good, kind actions, good heart. You agree with me? Uh, I hope so. I hope I make sense. But if I don't, forgive me. So, exactly, that's my point. So, let me not waste much time. I have spoken almost for 27 minutes now, almost 30. So, the point I was trying to drive to is despite all these challenges that we have a country to look after. Let it not crumble on our time, or the time when we are on during the time we are in power, or we are um, in existence. Our generation is still in existence. So let's create the Zambia that will be loved by the whole nation, by the whole world. The Zambia that will never be at war. The Zambia that will be safe, that it will be a safe haven for anyone that wishes to come and settle. Because I'm so proud to tell people when I'm in diaspora, to tell people I'm from Zambia, the only country in Africa that has never been to war. I love that. And we have a democratic system of governance. I love that because I'm proud of my country. I love it because everyone they think, oh yeah, you are so you are black. You say yes. You're a refugee from which country? I say no. It's not every black person you see in Europe is a refugee. No, some of us. I'm using that word which you Zambian hate most. Sorry guys, but some of us we come we came to live in this part of the world not because of a war, but because of love, because of we want to uh, of our careers, because of course greener pastures. You can use that. That's not a secret, you know. And others, it's just for fun. They just want to experience this beautiful nature of the world. The earth is so big for us. to fit us in all.